since I'm doing more of these sort of live streams where I'm sitting and chatting with you guys, I thought I'd take topics up beforehand and put them in the title, and then we could have a conversation about that. And then, of course, the conversation will flow as it always does. So, obviously, if you've read the title of this video, maybe I am just another cooking channel. So obviously I've received a few comments about this, hence the discussion. There have been a few people who have said, oh, when you were keto, you were like the best channel for recipes, and now without keto, you are just another cooking channel. And you know what? Maybe that is the case. That's something I've thought about quite a bit as well. When I stopped doing the keto diet and stopped making keto videos. The last year has been a lot of, well, I don't want to say soul searching, but finding my creative identity. Of course, there have always been a large number of you on the channel who have always said that you were here for my recipes, for me, for my personality, or whatever it is of my uh, human form that you enjoyed watching. And I've always been very grateful for that. And I would like to think that that is what will set me apart from the other cooking channels, so to speak. Obviously, my new series, Meat India, where I focus on meat friendly Indian recipes, is what I have been looking forward to doing. And meat forward dishes is kind of where I'm coming from, and that's kind of where my journey is going now. Protein focus sort of thing. Hey Daniel, thank you so much. Glad you like the t-shirt. In fact, why don't I do what I did last time and put up the link to purchase this t-shirt so that you can all get yourselves one if you want to. So hello to everyone who's joining in. Have you watched my channel? Have you seen any of my videos, or are you seeing me for the first time? Let me know. Meanwhile, we are going to try and find the link to the t-shirt. In fact, somebody just purchased this t-shirt yesterday. Thank you, Sugar Britches. Alright, let's go to the international. It's been my absolute pleasure. I've always enjoyed cooking ever since I was a wee little boy. I think I started cooking as young as the age of, I want to say 8 or 9 years old, maybe. All right. I'm looking for the t-shirt link for you guys. Aha, there we go. Right. Nope, that's not it. Here it is. Okay, there we go. Drop my skincare routine. Thank you, Daniel. My skincare routine is genetics. This is all genetics. I wash my face with water. I use a bit of soap and shampoo, I guess, when I'm having a shower, but I don't do much to my skin. Just let it be, let it be, let it be. Where are we going with this? All right, here are you guys. My favorite kind of soup would be a lung fung soup or a manchow soup, a Chinese style soup. Those are my two favorite soups with crispy noodles in it. Alright guys, here's the link for the t-shirt for those who want to purchase it, and I'm going to pin it to the chat as well. There we go. Are we able to share what we make from your channel? Yes, you can share it with me on Instagram, you can share it with me on Facebook, all of them are good. Hi Yuvraj, what are my other two wishes? My other two wishes are that my channel gets back on track and it starts getting the viewership I would like it to get. And the third wish I would like is, well, actually, if I'm getting a wish, I would just like to make music full time for the rest of my life. That's my wish. And get a tour with my band. Thank you, Mark. Appreciate it. The first instrument I learned to play was actually the guitar, unless you're counting self taught singing, which. Have I ever baked cake or cookies on my channel? Yes, there are lots of keto friendly cookies and cakes on the channel. There is also a mug cake from the old days. Oh, somebody has rung the bell. Who is here this early in the morning? Hang on, guys. I have no idea who to expect right now. Oh, I think that was for the garbage, maybe? Oh, it's Dipti. Ah, we're back early. I thought you'd be back at 9:30. Oh, all right. That's Dipti who's back. Right. Yes. So I have done a bunch of keto-friendly cakes and cookies on the channel. Yeah, go for it. Um, and we also have pancakes, waffles, and all those kind of things that you might want to try out, but they're all obviously keto friendly, low carb, etc. But I did do this mug cake recipe like many years ago. It did really well. It got like a good amount of views. By the way, if you can find the like button on this video, as always, do smash it. If you can't find it, no problem. Well, my coffee is over now. I'm not going to have a second cup right now. I'm just going to have one later. Awesome, that's great to know. In fact, I just reshared the butter chicken video today. The new place is nice actually. The first sort of couple of weeks is just settling in, ironing out all the kinks. So like there are little issues like the building wiring was all wonky, so we had to try and figure out how to get our internet connections, and the couple of things in the bathroom we needed to add, like like the towel holders and stuff like that. So just kind of getting a feel of things and settling in. Also figuring out the fridge is quite small, so I think we're going to have to rent a new fridge, a bigger fridge, because I haven't been able to cook because the fridge is so small, and my sauces have just taken up the whole fridge. There's no place for anything else. The freezer also, we tried and clean out most of the freezer when we switched houses, so that is still not uh, like it's not overflowing, but it's still full and I can't add anything to it. So a lot of things like that, just adjusting, figuring out where to put everything, because even though this has 3 rooms now, my room is smaller than that house, so I'm just figuring things out. My studio is also being made, so once that is ready, a lot of my equipment will go there. In the previous house, I had my studio computer and my work computer side by side, so we would have to, I would be able to do the music stuff and the other stuff together. Now they're all separated, so yeah. No more construction noise. Well, it's much less construction noise, but occasionally there is construction noise. But now I have the train right outside the house, so the windows do cut the sound to a certain degree, but there is train noise now. The trains keep passing by because we can see the train tracks from the house. Also, like the kitchen is great. It's an island kitchen, but the lighting is not done for videos. The lighting is done for like a normal person's house. So because of that, I have to now meet a friend of mine on Sunday who's going to help me set up a full lighting rig for videos. So once that is done, then we'll start shooting new videos and hopefully get things back on track. Dipti, you'll have to open a new coffee, yeah?
Amazing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna shower first.
Okay, cool. How popular is metal music in India? Some states more into it than others. Yes, absolutely, Jim. It is like that. So most of the metal scene is restricted to the metro cities. So we're talking Mumbai, Bangalore, Delhi, Hyderabad, Chennai, Kolkata, Shillong, Guwahati, etc. Like, so the thing is, in Bangalore, I think I would say the metal scene is the most vibrant. They have the most number of shows and the most number of international acts visiting. Some of the biggest bands are from there. Scenes in Mumbai and Delhi and Hyderabad are also fairly active now, and that's the four major sort of cities that people sort of play in is Delhi, Bangalore, Hyderabad, and Mumbai. Then the Northeast actually has a very large population that listens to English music and rock music in particular. A lot of that has to do with Christianity being quite prevalent there now. So a lot of them are going to church obviously, and they are learning and they're listening to English music since a while obviously, and that allows them to listen to more rock music as well. Whereas in the other states, most of the masses are not accessing English music or a Western culture in any way, in the same way at least. It's quite a complicated thing. But I mean, I could talk about this for like hours and hours on end, because I've been in the scene for like 25, 27 years now as a listener, 25 almost as a musician. Next year is my 25th anniversary with my band. So yeah, been here, been there for a while. So yeah, I've seen the scene evolve over the last 2 decades or so, and it's quite interesting. And now I'm part of the food scene, and I'm like in a totally different space, and I'm like, wow, this is something totally different. It's another thing that is new to me now, and I'm learning how things work, what the industry is like, meeting new people, and yeah, it's quite cool. So of course, this year and next year is going to be all about finding the balance between food and music, paying my bills, and yeah, just being able to do something cool. What about you guys? Let me ask you guys some questions now. What is your profession? Let me know what you do for a living. I'm very curious. And let me know what is your favorite cuisine. Oh wow, Jim, that's very cool. There's actually quite a vibrant and healthy craft brewery scene in India now. Like over the last decade or so, a lot of local breweries have come up, a lot of local beer brands, and they're making some really good quality beers here, especially in Bangalore, in Bombay, even I think Delhi has some. So it's a lot of good stuff happening here. Ooh, pharmacy technician. Nice. No, Jim. India consumes a ton of alcohol. There are drunks everywhere. There's a lot of problems in India. Like there's actually there is a fair amount of restriction in certain areas on alcohol, but in most places alcohol is available freely, and Indians are large. In fact, I think India is the biggest consumer of black label whiskey, if I'm not mistaken. Like most of the black label, official and unofficial stuff comes to India and is consumed here. Well, Jim, make sure you come to Bombay and Bangalore for sure and experience the local beers here. And let me tell you, it's not cheap. Like, I mean, At least my city, Mumbai, is as expensive as like a New York in terms of price. Like it is quite pricey. Ooh, auto technician, nice. Anything barbecue. Barbecue sounds yum. I love barbecue. I just wish we got more barbecue in Bombay. Some good brisket. Oh, nothing like a good brisket. That lovely smoky flavor of the brisket. Mine. I need to order some beef. It's a good reminder I need to restock my beef, but first I need a new fridge so that I can store all the said beef. Right. Yeah, so ooh, lovely. Oh, I love Japanese food as well. Strong, fit, and 50. Uh, I love a good sashimi, a good nigiri, ramen noodles, all the sort of smoked hamachi and the a lot of great Japanese food. Yep. Hey Jennifer, good evening. Good to see you. Yes, the chat is live. Welcome to the chat. Jim, once again, a very complicated topic. So, the cow is sacred for only Hindus and only a certain part or a sect of the Hindus. Um, India is a secular country, at least the last I checked, and we are made up of many religions where Hindus are the majority, yes, close to 80% of the population. The rest are Muslims, Christians, Jews, Buddhists, tribals, etc. None of them worship the cow. So, cow slaughter is banned in most of the states. However, it is not banned in all the states. So, if you go to Kerala, you can still get proper cow. If you go to the northeast of the country, Calcutta, you can still get proper cow. Even in Goa, you can get cow. However, in some states like Maharashtra, etc., where I live, cow slaughter is banned. We used to get bull meat, um, and water buffalo. Now, the interesting thing about bovine meat in India is unlike in the US, we don't consume the same volume of it because it's not an sort of integral part of the regular food chain. Like people eat beef curry, beef kebabs, etc., etc. But the volume of consumption is not like it's not like in hamburgers, in pastas, and everything. And that's all like anyway in India, like those Western foods are novelty items. So the animals that we eat when we speak of beef or buff meat, we are eating old working animals, which is why we don't get great ribeye steaks that are tender, tomahawk steaks that are tender. What happens is these animals are used for milk on the fields, etc. And when they are old and the farmer has no more use for them, they are then sent for slaughter. Now, because of this, what happens is farmers who have cows will often give them for slaughter, and this is on the sly. So this is illegal technically, but what are they going to do? They can't feed the cow for the next 2-3 years till it dies naturally, right? So they do sell the cow for slaughter on the sly, or they will just abandon the cow somewhere and the cow will just roam free, which is why you see cows on the road in India, because they're just left when they're old and they just roam and they're eating from garbage bins and they're scavenging and they just round the place. So that is why it is the way it is. However, for export, India does have a lot of cattle in one of the states that is the most religious, the most pro-Hindu, the most anti-beef states called UP. There, they actually have the slaughterhouses which export beef from India to the rest of the world, and we are the fourth largest exporter of beef. So there's a lot of hypocrisy in this country, a lot of religious politics played, etc., etc. But that is the story of India and beef. So there is beef consumed all over India except for like certain states which are more vegetarian. But India is 75%, almost 75% of India eats meat. Only 25% of India does not eat meat, that is vegetarian. So India is also not a vegetarian country. India is mostly a meat eating country. It is often portrayed as a vegetarian country simply because the 25% that are vegetarian are often from the higher economic groups. They are people in position of power. They are people who are able to control the narrative. And this is because the Hindu religion has a caste system, which is a disgusting, despicable practice, but it exists, where certain people are called upper caste. They are the more pure people, the more wealthy people, and they are pure vegetarians most of the time, which means they don't even eat eggs. So that is a what it. So in India, you will see restaurants that are pure veg. Nowhere else in the world do you see that advertised. That's because their morality and their purity is attached to their diet. And therefore, Angel, why do Indian people cook with dirty hands, not trying to be rude? Angel, you must understand that India has a lot of poverty. Now, you must not be poor, so you don't understand what it's like to be living on the street. Yeah. And like in India, let me tell you this, like there are people even in a city like mine that don't have a toilet to take a shit in. Imagine that your basic quality of life includes you getting up to take a shit in the morning, either on the side of the road somewhere or on the train tracks. When your poverty level is that low, you're not thinking from a Western perspective of, oh my god, I need to wear gloves on my hand. That glove costs money. The food that you're eating is really cheap. Like when we're talking about food, we're talking about like 30 cents for a plate of food, lower than that even. Those people, they don't have basic human decent living conditions, and you think they're going to care about their hands when they're making food? Their stomachs are immune to that. They don't even look at the hand and go, that is dirty. That's just a person making their food. That's their next meal. When you are sitting and you're able to access the internet, you can have this uh, sort of vantage point from your privilege, that you can say, oh, why are they not using gloves, or why are their hands not clean, or whatever. Spend a day in their shoes and you will understand their life, and you will understand why it is the way it is. Like for me, so I also wouldn't eat from most of the street food places, but I understand that is a different sort of section of people that don't have the privilege that I have. I have an apartment with an air conditioner. In India, I'm freaking, even though I'm middle class, for a lot of people I might be rich. Like that's a rich guy, he gets to eat sushi. For other people, sushis, they don't even know what the word sushi means. So you have to understand the economic conditions of the country. You have to understand the living conditions of the people you are talking about. You believe in God? Nope. But let's not get into that. We always end up in this God conversation. I will just repeat what I keep saying about God. Having a religion or a god is like having a penis. It's okay to have one, but keep it in your pants. Don't display it everywhere. Nobody else wants to see it. Well, Jim, I mean, I I am in the privileged category of people in India. Yes, I will have to accept my privilege. I mean, it's not like I was given a choice. I was born into it, and I'm not going to be sad about it. I have 4 guitars currently. Actually, 5. I have one acoustic which is broken, 3 electric guitars, which out of which one is a 7 string, 2 are 6 string, and I have one bass guitar. Oh, 6. I need to play my guitars a lot more. I haven't been playing them enough, but I will start again soon. So, Jim, another fun fact for you. So, for example, a guitar that costs $1,000 in the USA will sell in India for $1,400 because we have 40% import duty in India. Now, if that doesn't blow your mind, let me now give you context for what the Indian rupee is worth. Now you pay $15 for a Spotify subscription in the US, if I'm not mistaken, a Spotify premium subscription. Do you know what the cost for a Spotify premium subscription in India is? $2. Less than $2 actually. Just under $2. Why is that? Because in India that's what a person could afford to pay if you're trying to reach the masses in India. You see, India has massive economic wealth disparity. Massive. So, to even reach the average person in the middle class, they brought the price down to 150 rupees. So you can imagine how much of a luxury an imported guitar from the US is, given that we pay 40% more than an American pays for it. So that's something to think about. Can you play a riff? I will do a live stream once I've set up my guitar, you know. So Jim, it's not just Spotify. I mean, every single video streaming service that is in India, apart from Netflix, even Netflix actually has started a $2.50 package. So you can get Netflix for $2.50 instead of the $8 that it is over here. And you get some restrictions on certain things, but they basically have to bring the prices down for the average person to afford it. So in India, the cheapest McDonald's burger is 20 cents. Or at least it used to be. Sorry, it's actually little more than 50 cents now. Sorry, I've been out of touch because I don't really eat McDonald's. But a McDonald's burger, the cheapest one is about, like, I think maybe less than $1. I think in America the single patty beef burger is no longer $1 anymore. It used to be, like, there is a dollar menu. Is it still $1? I can't remember. Thank you, Flaming Burrito. Good morning. Hey, Sandra. Yeah, so Jim, in India, because we have 1.4 billion people, they look at it as a long-term game with big numbers. Numbers that other countries apart from China will never be able to do. And the thing is, they won't raise the price. They will just get the volume. Yeah, I won't eat at Burger King in India till someone pays me to do it. Absolutely not. I refuse. I mean, I don't even eat at Burger King abroad anymore. It just tastes like garbage to me. My taste buds have gone way beyond that now. I mean, 15 years ago, I would kill for a Burger King beef burger whenever I traveled abroad. I would be like, oh, I can't wait to eat a Burger King as soon as I leave this country. Yes, Indian population is always quantity over quality. For me, I'm like, life is too short to eat bad food, and my calories are quite restricted. So I like to make sure whatever I eat is worth the calories. If I'm going to eat a high calorie food, it's got to be really good and really worth it. No, I have never even seen a Biggie's burger. I don't think it's there in Bombay. Thank you, Jim. Yes, I can give you a standard poha dish as well. So, exactly what I made, the poha dish. So, Jim, okay, let me get my thoughts together. The same recipe that you made for the poha with meat, all you have to change is you don't make the chicken and you don't fry the bacon. Everything else is the same, and instead of bacon fat, use any other vegetable or cooking oil, and that is poha. Exactly the same thing, step by step. You just don't cook the chicken. There's no replacement for chicken. And yeah, so Flaming Burrito, Bombay is a very, very, very expensive city. So a lot of people will not bring their franchises to Bombay because Bombay is a saturated market for burgers. Like there are so many burger outlets in Bombay, it's very hard to compete for new brands, even if they have money. So they would rather focus on cities that don't have burger outlets, that don't have the same amount of burgers, So it's I can understand what they're doing. Yes, just take the meat out and yeah, you're good. You got a vegetarian version of it. By the way, guys, I'm gonna also do a live stream tonight from my kitchen. I'm gonna try and cook things. Oh, so Jim, if you ever come to Mumbai, you can just hire a private car or book an Uber. For Americans, Uber will be like so cheap. You're gonna be like, what, $10? And I've gone like this distance. So Uber is super cheap. Private cars, for especially for people coming from abroad, is quite cheap. Your hotel can organize it also. I would not recommend taking the train, especially during peak hours. You can take the local train for the experience. Also, the local auto rickshaws are really cheap. You can take those in the suburbs. You can also take a black and yellow taxi, which is also super cheap. So yeah, for especially for people coming from America, Europe, etc., India is very, very cheap. Awesome. I hope you enjoy the butter chicken. No, I don't own a car because I hardly go anywhere. Also, the traffic is a nightmare in this city. Parking is a bitch as well. So I just refuse to buy a car because my last car. So I used to live in my parents' place, which is near the sea. My car, the exhaust pipe just crumbled in the mechanic's hand, and I sold it for like a partly sum because I was not using it as much. So I was just like, I don't need a car, so I'll just not get one. And Uber is cheaper for me. Hello ESI915. Thank you so much. I never left YouTube. I've been doing YouTube consistently. Even when I did take breaks, they were only for a month. I stopped the keto recipes in 2022. Now I'm just another cooking channel. But I'm still here making videos, trying to make interesting food, delicious food, things that you guys can make easily. Yeah, Flaming Burrito. That's why I was able to quit my job and do YouTube, because most of my audience was from the USA. So when 1,000 people from America watch my video, I will earn $6. When 1,000 people from India watch my video, I make $1. So you can see the disparity. Yes, I was the keto guy. I am no longer the keto guy, but all the keto recipes are still on my channel. Hey William, thank you so much. I put a link for you to buy the t-shirt here in the chat box. I have not been on keto since 2019. I quit keto in 2019. I stopped making keto videos in 2022. My thoughts on keto are, it's not the diet for me. But if it works for you, my recipes will always be available for you for free on the channel and my website. However, do I think keto is a magic diet? No, I didn't even think that when I was on keto. Do I think that everyone should do keto? Probably not. But you know what? Give it a try, see if it works for you, and then take a decision for yourself. How can we support you? So there are a couple of ways. I have a Patreon. There are YouTube channel memberships which you can sign up for. You can buy a t-shirt. I've put a link right here for my web store. Yeah, and you can just watch the videos, honestly. I understand that not everyone has the financial means to sort of do any kind of paid subscription or anything. So even if you just watch the videos, that helps. Like, comment, share, etc. Speaking of which, if you can find the like button, do smash it. I don't know if it makes a difference, but we can give it a go. Well, Flaming Burrito, now everyone is making keto chips, keto biscuits, keto cakes, so you can always snack on keto. I just stopped buying snacks. Like in my house, we don't buy snacks anymore. There are no snacks in the house. If I want to snack, there'll be like boiled chicken. There'll be like, I'll have to make myself a full sandwich. And then I'm full and I won't eat dinner. So, like, it works out. Yes, unless I'm on stage, I don't let my hair loose. But I mean, if you want, I could let it loose. It's not a big deal. It's just like, I'll save it for when I do a live stream playing the guitar. Hi Pinky, good morning, good to see you. Which also reminds me, I do not have any fruit for breakfast today. What can I eat for breakfast then? Do I need breakfast today? Maybe I'll eat lunch early. We'll take a call in a bit. Normally I end up eating something on the live stream, but today I realized I don't have my fruit. I will need to order my fruit. I don't know if I have any favorite non-metal bands. I'll have to go through my Spotify. But I do listen to a lot of 80s and 90s pop music. And yeah, why don't you start your own eatery? Because one, I don't really have the desire to. Two, it is a very, very competitive and difficult market. And I am someone who is not the kind of person that will create food just to sell. So, like in India, most restaurants are business driven, so they always adapt their food to the local palate, which I refuse to do. Also, I don't have the money, I don't have the mental bandwidth to deal with people. So believe it or not, I love people when we are like this, when we are chatting one on one. If I open a restaurant, I won't be cooking. Like, to make money in a restaurant, you are never the cook, you are always the business owner, and you're never really dealing with customers and things like that. And if you're the one cooking, you make such crappy money that it's really not worth it. So for me, if I do a restaurant, it's I will need first of all a really great business partner who has the money to invest, who knows how to operate a business, who knows how to balance my creative vision with what the market needs. And again, it's a you got to really be present, right, for your business. And I just have too many things on my plate right now. Do you season the boiled chicken? Yes, always. So I always season my chicken. Thank you, Tamais. I really appreciate it. Yes, I've eaten chicken bacon, turkey bacon. I mean, so for example, even ham. Ham is pork. You don't say pork ham, you just say ham. Ham is basically is the pig, is the leg of the pig. And when you eat ham, it's always pork. But in India, we make chicken ham. Chicken ham is like the more sold item. It's just reconstituted chicken in and then sliced like a cold cut. So that's also something. So obviously all the foods get adapted for the country it's being sold in, right? Will you have kids in the future? No, they're too expensive. I'm afraid of snakes. Will I be okay traveling through northern India? Yep, you will be okay traveling through all of India. If there are snakes, somebody will warn you about it. Dude, mortadella is amazing. I love mortadella. It is so good. If it was cheaper, I'd have it in my house all the time. Mortadella is amazing. If you have never had mortadella, head over to your local Italian deli and get some. In fact, I think most delis have it now. Yeah, to be fair, even I've only come across a snake like when I went for like a curated trek. I think once it was like a river snake or something, they showed it to us. But I've never really encountered a snake. I think unless you live in rural India, you're unlikely to encounter most of these things. or if you're in the city, in a part of the city which has been sort of taken over forest land, something like that. You paid 450 rupees for half a kilo? That is not mortadella, bro. At least it's not the Italian mortadella for sure. Italian mortadella is like, it'll cost you 600 bucks for like 100 grams. Do you collab with anyone, or are those days long gone? I'm always open to collaborating with different people provided I find the right people. So far, I haven't had the opportunity, but I'm always open to collabs. Oops, what is that?
It's me dropping a bottle cap.
Oh, okay. Sounds like a lot of things are dropping. Maybe I should also have another cup of coffee. That's the coffee machine. Oh yeah, I mean, look, even if someone's making mortadella in India, it should be quite tasty. Do I like the band Ghost? Yeah, I think Ghost is quite cool. I like a bunch of their songs for sure. I enjoyed the last album as well. Rats. Good band, fun band. Though I was very disappointed when I first heard them. I expected them to be a lot more heavier, a lot more dark and brutal, uh, but they weren't. So yeah. So Dipti is a journalist, a writer. She works with ESPN Crick Info, the website, and she writes articles and photo features and stuff. And she also does a lot of editing work for them. So yeah. I guess Dipti's coffee has been made. It's probably time for my coffee. Let's see if the coffee is done. Yes, it is. Oh. Do you have an opinion on Donald Trump? Yeah. But I'm going to keep it to myself for now. Your coffee is ready, Dipti. Wait, I'm going to have coffee. Alright, let's put you guys somewhere high up where you don't fall down. No, Dipti did not interview me as the metal god of India. That was Metal Hammer who interviewed me. And it was someone from their team. Oh, the coffee culture in India again is becoming really big now. A lot of craft coffee, a lot of, so India has a lot of amazing coffee. And for the longest time, most of it was exported outside India. But now we have a great local scene, lots of roasteries popping up all the time. Amazing. Yes, so Flaming Burrito, that's one of the reasons I am not moving out of Mumbai, because I just need my good food to be near me. Messier, that's so the thing with Indian food is I don't really enjoy it because it's too spicy for me. So that's why it's not something I would do. However, if a TV channel or if a production company said, hey, we want you to just host a show and we'll do all the work, then I'd do it. But like for me to do the work of research, travel, shooting, I can't do that. I'd prefer to stay home and make my recipe videos. Hang on, let me get my coffee cup. Yeah. Let's get that second cup of coffee. So I guess I'm intermittent fasting. Is oil-less cooking good for health? So here's the thing. Yes and no. The thing is that if you cook with less oil, if you are eating all foods, cooking with less oil keeps the calories down, which means your plate of food, which may have been 600 calories, is now 500 calories. And that can result in you eating less calories. And if you eat less calories and you are maintaining your weight and you're not obese, it will do you good. So, yes, everything in moderation is what I always say. So, it's okay to eat. Look, health is not just about less oil. Health is a lot of things. Now, watch my coffee being made. There we go.
Fewer, not
Fewer.
less.
Sorry, fewer.
If it's something you can count, then it's fewer. If it's uncountable, then it's less.
All right.
Less water, fewer calories.
Less water, fewer calories. Dipti has given us a good grammar lesson this morning. Despite English being the only language I speak, I still require grammar lessons. And that's my coffee. I live for this crema on top. You see the white foam? That, ladies and gentlemen, is the crema, which is what I live for. That coffee crema. That's why I like the machine coffee. That's why I prefer the coffee from a machine over like a French press or a pour over or something like that. Hold on, huh? I need to add a little water to my coffee. Yes, Dipti is very wise. She is the smartest woman I've ever met or known. I like big brains and I cannot lie. Perfect. Oh, I like this coffee. This coffee is tasting good. So this is a different blend now. Oh, by the way, if you like the t-shirt I'm wearing, you can buy it from the link that is pinned over here. And if you're wondering what this is a mark on my finger that the government makes when you vote. So I voted recently and it takes like a couple of weeks for this to go. You know what? I'm here to fight for my right to eat beef. You can't change where you were born. You can't change the family you were born into, but you can change the way you live your life and you can change something or the other. And that's one of the important things that I think will set my channel apart from being just another cooking channel. I fight for meat. I fight for the right of every Indian to eat whatever meat they choose without being harassed and hassled for it. I'm here to break the religious stereotypes. I'm here to break the chains of religion and free the human race from its grasp. Not really, do what you want, but I'm just here to eat a lot of meat and teach you how to cook it. All the other stuff is just in good humor. But if I can enlighten a few people along the way, why not? I mean, it's never forced. There's no pressure from me, you know. I'll just ask you to ask the hard questions. And don't accept the convenient answer. Whew. All right. What are the hard questions? Well, you always ask why, right? Who, why, where, what. No time for them now. We'll be like, my brother is not a foodie like me. But he does enjoy good food. Whom you think this election will win? I really have no idea. All I can hope for is change. All I can hope for is hatred to be removed. So we'll just have to wait and see. What are your thoughts on climate change? Well, we need to address it and we need to address it soon. I mean, One of the things I've done is made sure that I leave no kids on this planet. So when the planet does go to shit, if it does go to shit, I ain't leaving anyone around to suffer through it. So thank you, Pixel 4. Absolutely, Pinky said it. Live a life of love, compassion, and understanding. Perfect. I mean, you can always choose to eat beef as you have been and not face any trouble. The problem is, I do face the trouble. If I didn't face the trouble, I wouldn't care. Also, beef is banned in Maharashtra, so if they unban it, then my work is done and I can eat it in peace. So there's no victimization here. If I could buy the beef and eat the beef, we would not have this conversation. Simple as that. What effect pedals do I use? Well, currently I've been using the software on the computer, so STL Tones has been my go-to. What kind of trouble? Let me see. I get abused. I get harassed online by religious nutcases. What else? People have been lynched and killed for simply suspected beef eating without any proof. Transporters have been killed and beaten, lynched, again without any proof. The fact is, they use food now as a tool for religious violence. I'm going to straight up say it. They are Hindu terrorists. Simple. And the government has given these Hindu terrorists impunity to act. You know, whenever I talk about this stuff, people message me, Sahil, be careful. Because in India, they can just knock you off if. Now, the thing is, I'm not a popular person. Hardly anyone knows me in India, so I'm okay. But if I was like a celebrity of any sort, they wouldn't hesitate to gun me down just on the fact that I think eating. If you notice, none of the Bollywood stars ever talk or show themselves eating meat. Though all of them actually eat beef and stuff like that. I know private chefs who have catered for certain celebrities, but they will not let you show it. They will not do anything. Like, we've seen actors being like trolled online, hateful comments. In India, there is a lot of hate, and because people are jobless and they don't have any jobs, they will direct that hate on random things that really should not have like like it's crazy. Flaming Burrito, Dipti and I both met when we were 20 and 21, and both of us bonded on the fact that neither of us ever wanted kids. We've been together 21 years now, still nobody wants kids. So, I mean, look, if you genuinely love children and you want to have one, by all means, I don't think that's wrong. I think for me, there's just too many problems in the world. Would it really be the worst thing in the world to be completely vegetarian? Well, yes and no. Hansi, yeah, right, okay, when you can guarantee my safety, we'll talk then. Till then, you are just another person who's just like, oh, we've seen it happen. We've seen people get attacked, hit, slapped. So things can get violent in real life. And it's not one troll, it's multiple trolls, it's death threats. The fact is, if your religion is so fucking sensitive that you can't, sort of deal with somebody else's choices, you have a problem. How would you going to address the situation of pork in Muslim countries? Why should I? First of all, it's not my country. Second of all, that is a Muslim country. India is a secular country. India is not a Hindu country. India has the freedom to eat what you want. So there's a difference there, first and foremost. Second of all, Dubai actually has pork all over. They just have a board there that not for Muslims, and they have a section in the grocery shop with pork because they want business, so they allow it. Again, if your religion prevents you from eating something, why is that applicable to me? That is your problem, not my problem. So Muslims are not telling me to not eat pork. They are not eating pork because they don't want to eat it. Similarly, with Hindus, if they don't want to eat beef, they should not eat it. If they should not have a problem with me eating it. That is where the problem starts. When you impose your beliefs on other people and you tell other people how to live their lives, when you are a secular democratic country, there is the problem. If India was a dictatorship, if it was a Hindu country with Hindu laws, that is a different story. But we are not. We are a secular democratic country. Yeah, we fought for our freedom from the British. People gave their lives for that freedom, and that freedom should remain. So it is against the law in a few states. And again, the law is different in each state. Yeah, every religion is a religion of peace. Every religion has got no problem. But the problem is, religion is a problem. You can say what you want to defend your religion. Hindus will say things like, yes, it is not a religion, blah, blah, blah. Muslims will give you 20 things for why their religion is also not like that. Same with Christians. But they are all basically killers. All religions are the reason for death, war, and trouble in the world. That is a fact. Christianity had its time. The Crusades, they killed, they murdered. In fact, Christians fight each other. Muslims also. They've had their time. They also fight each other. Hindus also, now it will come to that point. Upper caste versus lower caste. It's there, right? Every religion is a cancer on this planet, and there's nothing you can say that will defend it. All religions, every religion is a cancer. You may be a good person. Many of your religious people might be good people. There's no doubting that. But at the end of the day, the cause for the violence, the cruelty, the death, everything is religion. So unfortunately, the minority in every religion spoils it for everybody. And I think in today's day and age, you don't need religion to be a good person. You don't need to give your money to temples, mosques, churches, because they're doing jack shit. They're exempt from tax. They just collect wealth. All the religious institutes of the world have enough money to cure poverty, to cure so many things, to get rid of so many things. But no, they won't, because they need the money. The money. Even your godmen, they always tell you get rid of your material beings, live a possession free life, but they're all driving sports cars and super bikes and all. And people fall for this bullshit. I don't get it. It blows my mind. It blows my mind. Anyway, that's enough raising my blood pressure this morning. Now I wonder how many people will unsubscribe if they see this. Thank you, Jim. Oh, where did you buy brisket from? I want one too. So I had to get Chris from Goa to bring it with him. However, Hansi, you can try and get Smoke Culture by Steve from Kochi to send you a full brisket, or because see, all the guys who are selling brisket in Bombay or like in other places, they are selling buffalo, and that's very tough and dry. So if you can get from Kochi or from Goa, try and do that. Well, I'm definitely not another cooking channel. I don't think any. I have not seen a single cooking channel on YouTube talk as much about religion and God and politics as I do. In fact, I don't even know if most of them do live streams like this. Like, that's one thing I've realized. Most cooking YouTubers will always play it safe. Like, they will try and be as unoffensive, as unopinionated, as diplomatic as possible. They never really I mean, and maybe they do get these questions asked and they just ignore it. I don't know. I think that's one of the things that probably changes what I do from the average cooking channel. Thank you, Mary. So glad to see that you enjoyed that recipe. That's one of my favorite sort of chicken patties to make for like homemade chicken burgers. Yeah, absolutely. Um, what's the most smelly meat according to you? Um, I'm trying to think. The thing is, most meat that is good quality doesn't really smell much. The thing is, when the meat is not fresh, it can smell a lot more. So like I've had smelly chicken, smelly fish. I think obviously the most strong aroma comes from fish compared to say, I find actually lamb and pork and beef actually don't smell that much. They're actually a lot milder smelling. I feel chicken has a very chickeny smell from most of the meats. Like a chicken muffaletta. I haven't actually checked out a chicken muffaletta. Oh, Pinky, that's awesome. So this house also has a lovely oven. So I'm seriously looking forward to using that. Is there a dish you would really want to try that you haven't yet? Yeah, many dishes. So many. Do you mean like cooking or eating? Because there are like 100 restaurant dishes that I would love to eat that I have not got to eat yet. Uh, so lamb so in India we don't get as much lamb, like it's still goat. It's goat meat that we eat, mutton, and I don't find it that smelly. Like it's got a taste to it, like a very gamey taste, which I love. I love that taste of mutton. It's so good. Eating wise, I mean, so many dishes. I want to eat. So there's a restaurant here in Bombay called Papa's. They do a rabbit shawarma. I love that. I want to eat that. I haven't eaten it yet. Like getting a booking there is impossible. They have only 12 seats and they sell out in 2 hours for the whole month. So I want to eat that rabbit shawarma. They're doing a lamb, this thing also, lamb Wellington, which I want to try. Yes, I've eaten French food in France, oxtail stew, snails. I didn't get any rabbit in France. Duck confit, love it. Yes, I've had many, many, many full English breakfasts because I literally stayed in the UK for like 2 months at a time because I was touring with my band and we would eat breakfast at all these places and have the full English every morning because we were on a budget. So we'd have a full English and then skip lunch and then eat dinner straight away. So, yeah. Sukat bombil is the worst, I can't stand. I've never got bombil at home. Bombil at home. Actually, we have, but I don't remember the smell. Maybe because I'm around a lot of meat, I don't. The smell really doesn't register with me as much. Have you eaten those 100-year-old eggs? So yes, I've eaten century eggs. They're delicious. I've eaten balut also, the half fertilized one. But I've had a younger balut. Again, tastes like chicken soup or duck soup. Delicious. All right, the ghost pirate wants me to do a live stream when I'm at a restaurant. I'll definitely try doing that one of these days for sure. Yes, again, not had too many eggs go bad. So, yeah. Do I drink alcohol? Yes, I've actually drunk more alcohol in the last 1 or 2 years of my life than I have in the previous 10 because I'm now a food blogger technically. So, a lot of events, there are just cocktails flowing left, right, and center. And I don't actually like the taste of alcohol really. So I don't drink beer, I don't drink wine. But when you give me a pretty pink cocktail, I'm a happy camper. So I've drunk a lot of alcohol in the last 1 year. Yeah, so in America, I would say all my mutton recipes make them with lamb. Yes, I've had Malwani fish curry. I think my problem is I don't really enjoy most of those cuisines. It's just not my palate, and also most of the time it's too spicy for me. So yeah. Yes, I do believe lamb is quite expensive. So even in India, mutton has become so expensive. Like it used to be so cheap in the 90s, but now it's become really expensive because it's much more, I guess, costly. It's much more expensive to rear and to make it available. Growing up, did your parents cook spicy traditional foods? Not, there was not much spicy food in my house, but it was still spicy for me. So I eventually got to cooking because I think I wanted to just control the taste of my own food. We actually had a full time live in maid when we were kids, so she would do a lot of the cooking. But yeah, the food was never that spicy. What's my songwriting process? Well, it's it's different for each album, but most of the times it starts with a guitar riff and then goes from there. I've eaten a lot of Goan food and all of it is spicy for me. Trust me, Hansi, you'd have no idea how low my spice tolerance is. If you watch all my Indian recipe videos, I use the de-seeded green chilies. I take out the chilies wherever possible. I avoid garam masala. So yeah, very, very, very low spice tolerance. My comfort food is Hainani's chicken rice. Why can't we replace mutton with beef? Yes, you can replace mutton with beef as well, no problem. Have I eaten the Goan beef roulade? No. I've eaten beef roulade, yes, but not the Goan one. What's different about the Goan one? No, so Goan food has a lot of pork, a lot of beef, a lot of fish, a lot of chicken. It's very Portuguese inspired because the Portuguese were in Goa for a very long time. But there are also other parts, like honestly, Indian food, every region has such complexity in the food. Every 100 kilometers, the food changes because, like I said, India is a secular country. There are different religions in every part of the country. So, like in Kerala, for example, Kerala Christian cuisine is different from Kerala Muslim cuisine, which is different from Kerala Hindu cuisine. So, in the same state, the cuisine varies so much. So, it's really very, very hard to like say that, oh, Goan food is just this. What we know is like the popular dishes. So, Vindaloo is like the most popular Goan dish. So if you really want, like I could spend years just doing the food of Goa. I could spend years just doing the food of Maharashtra. So that's why I'm going around the country doing two dishes at a time and slowly introducing myself as well because I don't know a lot of Indian cuisine myself because I've never had any interest in it till recently. And now that I can cook it to my liking without the chilies, with less spice, it's awesome. No, I'm not Marathi. I'm a Sindhi. So, just for an example, I'm a Sindhi. I don't even have a state in this country anymore. I come from Sindh, which is now in Pakistan. So my family moved to Bombay. So I'm basically a Mumbaikar, so to speak, or I'm a Bombay person. So yeah, there's a lot to learn about India. A lot to learn. Wow, I've been online for 70 minutes now. Damn, that's been a long live stream. So my coffee is also almost getting over the second cup. Let's do the last 5 minutes. If you guys have anything you want to talk about, any questions you have, we'll do 5 minutes more. And then what do I need to do after that? Get cracking on things. Yeah, so thanks to the Portuguese, we have a lot of like Portuguese influenced food in Goa. Do I have any allergies? Nope. So I have exclusively been using Laney amplifiers for the last 10 years. I'm a Laney artist, and if you go to a couple of music shops in India, and I also believe in China, you'll find my photograph on a Laney box. That Sulli thing that Sindhis make has to be the best Sindhi thing. Sindhis don't make a Sulli thing, that's Parsis you're talking about. Sulli boti, which is the mutton boti. Sindhis, I mean, again, I don't know that much about Sindhi food because I grew up eating mostly very basic Indian food and South Indian food and a lot of Western food actually. My favorite coffee is just an Americano black, like a black coffee, not as much water as an Americano, but like a long black. And right now, like I like to keep changing the roasteries that we're drinking from. So right now, I'm really enjoying this third wave coffee roasters. This is their, I think, their monsoon Malabar blend. And my coffee is over. Wow, 50 people on the live stream. If you can find the like button, do smash it. Candy, thank you for being on the live streams. And thank you guys, because I wouldn't do these live streams if there was no one watching them. So thank you for being on the live stream. Thank you for spending your mornings, afternoons, evenings, or nights with me. Yes, I have been to Rome. Dipti and I went to Rome in 2020, in 2013 for our 10-year anniversary. Loved Rome, but I think I enjoyed Florence even more because I had the steak Florentine. Oh my god, that was so good. 44 euros in 2013. That was the most expensive food I had ever eaten in my life. 44 euros for a steak. I was like, that's insane. Gotta try Cafe Du Monde, New Orleans coffee. Why not? Yes, Bistecca Florentina. Loved it. And I loved how they said, we will only cook it medium rare for you. Don't ask for it well done. I was like, wow. By the way, once again, for anyone who wants to purchase the t-shirt that I'm wearing, I've pinned the link to buy it in the chat. I didn't actually think this t-shirt would be so popular. But good to know. Uffizi Gallery in Florence, I don't think we went there. So the thing is, I was quite, I was not very, what's the word? I can't say poor, but let's just say I didn't have much money. So, going and paying 20 euros for sightseeing was just not on my list. So we just saw everything from the outside. I'm not very into art, so yeah, that's also probably another one of the reasons. But like 20 euros to see something is quite expensive. So I was like, yeah, just we'll see everything from the outside. Because again, like I said, we pay $2 for a Spotify subscription here. So you can imagine how expensive 20 euros is. Yeah, so for me, I'm just obsessed with music. Music and heavy metal is it's like this. And when it comes to art, I prefer the more metal music like artwork. So like even if I'm seeing art, that's kind of the art I prefer. Even movies, like I'm not huge on like arty movies. Like movies, I want movies that I can switch my brain off and just enjoy, like Marvel movies, like that kind of stuff. Very interesting. What's my favorite dinosaur? Oh, I think the Velociraptor. Definitely my favorite dinosaur. It used to be the T Rex. I do like Rammstein. I'm not like a die-hard Rammstein fan, but I do love a lot of their songs, and I would love to see them in concert someday. Alright, guys, we have passed the 75-minute mark, so I'm going to say even the coffee machine is shutting down now. I love Sleep Token, great band. I love the last album, lots of amazing tracks. Khatta dahi or mishti dahi? Uh, the middle dahi, the normal Amul and Nestle dahi that comes in the package. I don't like super khatta dahi, and I do like mishti dahi also, but only for dessert and a little bit. I have not listened to Light the City yet. I will check it out. Anyway, thank you guys so much. It's been great seeing you on the stream. I'm amazed that 50 people are watching me right now. So thank you all so much for being here. And hopefully this cooking channel will keep making cooking videos that you like watching. Do check out some of the new videos in case you missed them. And I'll see you on the next live stream later tonight, where I will cook something for you. Until then, cheers and keep cooking.